welcome to Dubs Talk Live, presented by Fit Aid. This is Kevon Looney's favorite drink, and next to us, we have one of Kevon Looney's favorite players. Okay, we got Monte Poole, we have James Wiseman, I'm Kerith Burke. It's amazing to talk to James Wiseman on ring night. What kind of emotions were going through you tonight?
Man, just really taking it one day at a time. Tonight was actually a great night for me, just to be young, just to be 21 years old, just to be able to experience that for my third year. Man, I'm just blessed to just be able to be in that moment. So
you gotta pass that rock back.
Okay,
here.
my bad.
I'll hold it for you. No, that's okay. I love it. See, he's aggressive. He wants it. Go ahead. I'm glad those emotions were going for you.
When you talk about this being your third year, what does Hilton Armstrong say about you, though? What did he call you?
Third year rookie for sure. No, I'm most definitely a third year rookie, but I'm out there learning. I was active today. I'm just happy in terms of like my rebounding. It's getting way better. And I'm just happy. Like, we got the dub today. The ring ceremony was dope. And I was just out there just playing again for like out of 1.5, 2 years. So I'm just blessed to be back out there.
Are you able to enjoy the, I guess, the experience of playing against a big like Anthony Davis? What's it like?
It's crazy because I used to watch him play when I was in high school, middle school, and just now just playing against him like on the court. I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but at the end of the day, like, he's a rival to me, so I just got to make sure that I watch his tendencies and everything before the game, just watch film on him and everybody, all the bigs.
Well, and you guys just saw the Lakers in the preseason too. So when it comes to knowing your personnel, you had some recent video to look at. Do you feel like even days after the fact, you could defend him better tonight?
Yeah, I feel like in the preseason, it was kind of like a little taste for me, but I feel like today I was watching a lot of film yesterday just on him, just trying to see like what moves do he like, and just studying that. I mean, that's a great step for me for the rest of my career, just studying different bigs that I'm going to go up against and just making sure that I do my homework.
Does AD talk to you at all? Does he?
No, not at all. No, I most definitely get my respect though, so for sure.
You know, you're 21 years old. Steph is 13 years older than you.
Right.
Bron is like 16 years older than you almost. What's it like watching two old heads out there doing their thing like they did tonight?
Man, it's just a great showing for them because they've been in the league for a long time and they know how to play the game. So, and me just coming in the league, it's my third year. So I'm just saying to myself, like, it's going to be a long journey for me, a long process, but it's going to be a great one. So, yeah.
Have you thought much about how long you might want to play? I mean, can you see yourself playing like LeBron's going to be 38 in a little bit? Have you thought even that far ahead, like maybe what will I be doing at that age?
Man, God willing, hopefully I can be in the league for like 15, 20 years. But, I mean, it just depends on God, really, just his time. So, I mean, it just depends. Yeah.
James, I'm looking at the box score tonight. You were 4 for 6. You had 7 rebounds, 8 points in there, too. How do you measure what is a good game for you?
Man, my free throws, man.
I knew that was coming.
Most definitely that. I've been worried about that the whole game, like as soon as I miss it, because I know that I can make them. But I feel like I played a solid game, so it's only one game. We got 81 more games to go, so I'm not really sweating it like that.
Steve Kerr said it was probably just nerves. Was it nerves on the stripe?
Yeah, it was nerves, for sure. Yeah, it was nerves.
But most coaches, even players, always say that free throws are mostly about 2 things, reps and focus. Mm-hmm. For you, when you miss, which one do you think it is? Do you think you need more reps, or do you think you just lost a little focus there temporarily?
Focus, because I was nervous and stuff, and also it's my first game coming back. But I shoot a lot of free throws in practice and I make them, but I just got to focus more on the line.
There's something I think we're going to talk about this whole season, and that's the potential for a 2-man game between you and Jordan Poole.
Right.
When you're in the gym working, when he's in the gym working, and you have all this time in the summer to build that bond, what do you think you guys can show this year?
Really just our chemistry, just everything, that duo that you talked about. We watch film a lot together, and he just tells me stuff like that I need to work on in terms of my screening, like which type of screens do he want, and just me just being able to execute that and just rolling out of it faster. Sometimes some of my screens and my dives be slow, so I'm going to just crisp it up and just get it way faster than today.
What do you think are, for you right now, the hardest parts of the game for you to do well regularly, consistently?
I say really just figuring out the game, still trying to get the feel for it. The pace is still kind of fast a little bit, but it's kind of slowing down. It slowed down a lot since my rookie year. But it's really just reps, like you said, just consistency. I just got to keep playing every game, and I'm going to get better.
But with the way that guys like Steph and Jordan and Clay run around, I mean, how difficult is it to, like, know when and where to screen and just where to be? I mean, because it looks like it could be confusing.
Yeah, it's very confusing, and it's hard, especially me being a young player. But I'm going to figure it out. I just got to just keep playing games and stuff this year and just stay healthy and just keep playing.
When it comes to crisping it up, I love that you put it that way, crisp it up.
Yeah.
Who do you study either on your team or around the league?
I study Kevon Looney for sure because he been an assistant for like 6-7 years and he won 3 rings already. So I'm just trying to learn from him. That's the only person that I really study. In terms of offense, I'd say probably Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan in terms of footwork. But other than that, really Kevon on defense.
He might be in a sensitive situation. If he was any other guy, he could say, well, I don't want to coach up the guy behind me. He's going to take my job eventually. What is it like that Looney is being selfless like this, taking you under his wing?
He's like a big brother to me, and he's played like 6-7 years in the league, and he already got a lot of rings already. So, I'm just grateful that he's able to teach me this stuff and that I'm just able to just learn and just be a student.
What is his teaching style?
It's very, very calm, cool, and collected, but he makes sure that he just tell me the right things.
We've seen a little bit of you doing like a little hook shot every now and then.
Yeah.
How often do you want to drag that out? And is it like one of those things you do based on who's defending you, or is it based on your comfort level? Based on where you are at that point of the game, or what do you think are the keys that let you know when to unleash that bad baby?
It just depends on the floor of the game and just like how the defense is. Like if I'm able to get it, like if I got a small guy in the post, I can be able to go over him. But really, I try to get into the DHOs and the uphills DHOs because it's going to be easy for me in terms of them lives and them dunks going to be there. So I just try to make the game easy for myself.
When you look at it, Steve Kerr has been telling you, focus on defense, focus on defense. Right. Why do you think that's been his message?
Because that's what I need to focus on. That's why I got to develop the most. Because I feel like on offense, the touches and stuff is going to come. But I feel like defense is going to be like my main strength. Like if I just keep working on it and stuff, I feel like I can be really good at defense on this NBA level. So, yeah.
How much of defense is just a decision to be disciplined, which we know you can be?
It just takes watching a lot of film, just making sure that you consume yourself in film, just making sure you ask questions, which I'm doing, and just taking it day by day. Everything is consistent. You got to make sure you work hard, but you got to just do it every day. And if you rep it out every day, then you're going to get better. Any professional field, anything that you do.
You've talked about how important it was to have Dejan Milojevic come over from Europe to help you out. Talk a little bit about what Dejan has been able to work with you on and how important his presence has been for you.
Man, yes, sir. He changed my game a lot in terms of my low post work, just my low post game, and really just my rebounding, of being more active in the post and trying to find my positioning for the rebound. So he changed my game a lot in a good way.
One more question for you, because you sit next to Klay in the locker room. What kind of dude is Klay Thompson? How do you describe who Klay Thompson is?
Man, KT is just very calm, collected, and he just cool. Like he's not too much. He just cool. Like he's mellow the whole time. So yeah.
You're one of the few guys who've been on the boat.
Yeah, I'm one of the few guys. I'm trying to get back on there again. Hopefully. It was fun. It was very fun.
Captain Klay, baby.
That's right. This was a lot of fun. We want to thank James Wiseman for joining us and taking this like tennis match of questions left and right. But we really appreciate you, and congratulations on ring night.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys, this has been Dubs Talk Live, the A Block, presented by Fit Aid. We've got a lot more to talk about, more coming up on the show in just a minute.
Dubs Talk Live is presented by Fit Aid, the #1 post-workout recovery drink in America. Try now and visit drinkfitaid.com.
That's yours, fine.
Oh, we are. We're on YouTube. Mics are hot. I forgot that part. Okay, let's see. Okay. This has felt like a very special show.
It's first show of the year.
I'm sorry, I don't see the Dubs Talk link. So for the folks watching us on YouTube, Thank you so much for tuning in to Game 1 Ring Night. Warriors looking good. We'll see if we can get to some of your comments, either in the comments if I can find them, or we've got some Twitter comments as well. Hopefully we can get to those. Oh yeah. Twitter was actually friendly tonight, Monte. Wow.
Well, it's a little bit easier when you kind of cruise to victory.
Yeah, I would say it coincides with the win. Although that fourth quarter had some people sweating. So.
For a minute it did. I think even Steve was like, he called a couple timeouts, like, oh my God, okay, what are we doing out here? What are we doing?
Well, I would say 2 Steph Curry threes, 2 Wiggins threes.
There you go.
That swings the momentum back.
Put the nail in the coffin, you might say.
Right. Okay, what was I going to talk about? How much time? Was that an 11-minute block, or how much? Oh, okay. All right, great.
I thought tonight was,
Okay.
there were some sloppy moments, but it's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
And ring night, it would have been shocking if either one of these teams would have come out really sharp. So.
Hey guys, we're back on Dubstep Live, presented by FitAid. What a treat to have James Wiseman sit down. Let's just kind of reset though a little bit.
Yeah.
It's ring night. We are up here, high up in the arena, to show you that there was a 4th banner added here. So we're talking about 4 in 8 seasons, which is an absolute triumph. The guys got their rings tonight. Did you happen to see Jordan Poole's face when he got his ring?
Oh, of course.
Okay, well, if you didn't, we have the video, because you need to see this. Jordan Poole has maybe the most memeable face on the team. Look at that! He's been anointed by Joe Lacob. I just feel so happy for Jordan. He had that year 3 boom.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much that smile was for the ring and how much that smile was for the contract that goes into effect next season.
Oh, the bag that comes with the ring. Oh, the bag.
The BAG. Yeah, he secured it, And yeah, he's not, somebody said, well, he's already playing the big money. He doesn't get paid that until next season now. Keep in mind. So people don't want to give him that money now. It doesn't come until next season. This year, he's still making a little about $2.2 million, which is, pretty good money. But
yeah, for sure.
Compared to next year, when he'll get like 10 times that, it's a little bit of a deal. So, but watching him play tonight, he didn't play a great game, but he did some good stuff. He didn't shoot well, but I thought he really did a nice job of making others look around him look better. Some playmaking going on there. He played point pretty well, but I thought he and Dante, for their first regular season game together, show some promise, and I think that can be a pretty good backcourt.
Well, it seems like Jordan's progression is going to be scorer. He came in with that confidence. The joke was he never saw a shot he didn't like, right? But now his shot selection is getting better. Okay, now level up. Don't only be a scorer, but be a playmaker as well. Yeah. His passes were crisp tonight. I think that might be the word of the show, crisp. And then the next way that he can level up is becoming a two-way player. Defense is the next step.
Yeah, you talk about crisp passing. I think the first one that sticks out to me was actually a kind of a give and go with Draymond, where he caught Draymond going back door, and he just kind of sidearmed the pass down there, a bounce pass, and Draymond had an easy layup. So Jordan is going to have some games where he has 10 assists. He's that good. Steve Kerr wants to play him in the 30s as far as minutes go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he wants to play him. Last year, he was in the 20s a lot. He wants to play him around 30 minutes a night this year. And there will be games when he plays 30 minutes and gets 10 assists and 20 points, because he can do that. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to be the 6th man of the year, but I'm going to say that he very well could be the 6th man of the year.
I was just going to say that 6th man of the year territory, perhaps all-star territory.
It's hard for a 6th man to get there. It's pretty rare. But, I mean, if you're Jordan Poole and you look at the last few 10 years or so, maybe, of 6 men in the league, there's some ballers there. Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, guys like that who can light it up. And Jordan can already light it up. And so Steve is like the message he gives to James Wiseman, dude, play some D for me.
Sure, yeah.
Give me some D.
Yep.
And I think that's what he wants from Jordan. And that's going to be the key as to whether Jordan plays 22, 23 minutes a night or 29, 30, 31 minutes a
Yeah,
night.
well, if Wiseman can start screening like Looney as well, the two-man games are going to start to explode for those guys. You pointed out the assist that Poole had for Draymond. I really liked this one that he had from Steph. If we could roll that video. This one went right into Steph's pocket.
Oh, yeah.
It was perfect. There it is, back door. Oh, beautiful. Okay, I have a joke. Why can Jordan Poole always find his phone?
Oh, my goodness.
Because it's right in the pocket. Thank you, Monte.
Oh,
Thank
boy.
you, Monte, for the courtesy laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes. But look at that.
Okay,
You know
that's
Steph
fair.
loves that opportunity. He had the wide open lane. There you go. Hang on. Let me see. Who else? He also had a dunk for Wiseman.
Yeah.
Set him up there. So
Yep.
all sorts of ways that Jordan Poole is doing pretty well. 7 assists for Jordan Poole. As we talk about him being a playmaker, I also always check his turnovers, 4 in this game. But that matched what Steph had as well. 7
Yes.
assists, 4 turnovers. Game 1, not too worried about it.
Yeah, you're going to have some sloppiness, and there were some miscommunications. I mean, I think everybody had some of that. You know, we saw Dante get confused with somebody. We saw Jermichael Green have. So there's going to be situations where these guys are going to, you know, thinking the teammate's going to go that way when the teammate goes that way.
Yeah.
Thinking he's going to stay in the corner when he cuts to the bucket, you know. And so those are going to happen, especially early in the season as these guys get more time together. Some of these guys played together a lot last year. Some of these guys are new to this, and Jermichael and Dante are 2 new guys to this. So give them a little time. But I thought tonight, what it showed was that they understand the way they're supposed to be playing with this team.
Yeah.
And so the ball was being shared. You know, there were some turnovers because of that. But in time, some of those turnovers will become assists, and that's what you're looking for.
All right. One guy who has played for a long time, not his first rodeo, number 30. Would you like to hear from Steph tonight? Let's
would.
hear from Steph. 4 rings. 4 rings.
You guys went 11 deep tonight. Steve kind of compared the depth to the 14-15 team. First, what do you think of that comparison, and just overall, what do you think of the depth?
I mean, yeah, there's a vibe of that. You have 11 guys that probably deserve the opportunity to play and are going to be key for us to be the team that we want to be throughout the regular season, and then identify what the best rotation is come playoff time. 14-15 team is a little older through the bench, so a little bit more experience and guys playing different roles. But I mean, that's where strength in numbers is born, and you know, the ability to, you know, especially early in the year, confidently put out 10 guys, and expect them to contribute, and expect them to learn and grow in their roles. That definitely has a similar vibe for sure.
Steph, you seem to be really excited about.
Where you go with this?
You seem to be really excited when they announced Wiggins' name. You know, his first title, his first ring night. How do you just feel about him getting to experience this?
You done? Okay. I'm just happy for him because I remember March of 2020, the trade happening, and feeling very confident that he could fit in. Not just fit in, he could rewrite his story as, you know, an elite wing at this level, contribute to a championship team, and I think he's made the biggest strides from that moment to now, and it's just amazing to see him get rewarded with, you know, a ring and a championship, the contract and all that, and for him to feel very confident in this being his home. So, you know, anytime you make trades, you never know how it's going to shake out for either team, and thankfully it's been a perfect kind of fit and match, you know, with Wiggs from day one to now.
Steph, there was a period at the end of the first quarter you were on the floor with Wiseman and Kuminga, and I think Poole too. don't know if it's ever. I'm sure that hasn't ever happened because it's the first regular season and they're young players. What was that like? What do you see a chemistry there that you have or you can have with those guys and those guys maybe have with each other?
Yeah, I mean, it's the hard part of, again, the 11 guys you can throw out there. There's going to be different lineups every night, especially early in the year. Wise being out all last year. You're going to have to develop that chemistry as we go. I don't know what that sample size is really small. I don't know what it looked like. It felt like we were trying to do the right things. Didn't shoot the ball well, but had a pretty good pace to it. And, I'm sure we'll go get some more looks there. But don't be surprised if, in the first 10, 15 games, there's going to be a different 5-man group out there. Just, you're going to continue to try and experiment and give guys opportunities to go out and hoop. And everybody has to be able to adjust on the fly and make the right reads, especially on the offensive end, and then, plug up on the defensive end and protect each other.
Steph, you guys are the last team to be defending NBA champs. I think you guys did it 2016, 17, 17, 18. How important would it be to try to defend the title again for this season?
That's why we play. Nobody can, rest on. After tonight, the journey really begins in terms of knowing you're going to get everybody's best shot. You got some really talented teams that are going to be gunning for you. So we got to be ready for it all, knowing that it's going to be a very long journey. But that's why we play. That's why we're competitive. That's why we work as hard as we do. Nobody's just sitting and going to stare at that ring and be like, oh, it's over. I don't think anybody's built like that.
Rings on the sweatshirt, rings on his daughter. Riley had the ring tonight earlier. Hey, it's nice to hear from Steph, but while we were listening to Steph, you mentioned there's somebody else we need to give some props to tonight.
Kevon Looney, or as they say, it's chasing her Loon.
All right.
I mean, Loon was plus 30 tonight. Best on the team. And you say, well, what does that mean? Well, it means that when he was on the court, the Warriors outscored the Lakers by 30 points. Mm-hmm. Loon does stuff that you see, but he does stuff you don't see. Whether it's setting screens, multiple screens on one possession, offensive rebounds, which we know about that. I mean, people saw that in the postseason. That's why he's a cult figure around here now. But tonight, he was just doing things, getting a couple of buckets, getting some rebounds. He just played the kind of game that you need him to play for the Warriors offense to work as it's designed to work.
Yeah.
And for him, that means a lot of screens and a lot of just making sure his shooters get some space.
Yeah, Steve Kerr said this was the perfect Looney line. So 7 points, 6 assists, doesn't pop off the page, but a plus 30, as you mentioned.
Yeah, rebound,
right.
So he did well.
Yeah, we'll be back on Dubstock Live, presented by Fit Aid, to wrap it all up and take a look at some of your comments via Twitter. Yeah.
So
I said that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
7 points and 6 rebounds. Yeah. And a nice tidy 21 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Howdy, YouTube folks. I see you now. Thank you for tuning in. One of my favorite things about this show is the way that you guys have become friends in the comments. It's actually really cute.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just saw what LeBron said about his team, and he didn't lie.
What'd he say?
He said,
I
quote,
see. This is the.
I'll quote.
I don't want to spend more time on
He
Twitter.
said, we're getting great looks, but it could also be teams giving us great looks.
Okay.
To be completely honest, we're not a team constructed of great shooting. He's right.
Is he talking about Russ jacking up?
It's not like we're sitting here with a lot of lasers on our team.
Oh.
He is absolutely right. That was the case last year, and this offseason didn't do him a whole lot of favors.
Would you take that as far as LeBron saying they need to trade for some shooters?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I thought they would do that in the offseason, and they lost one of their shooters. Malik Monk left, so it's
interesting.
It's going to be a long year in L.A., I still believe, because they don't play good defense and they don't shoot the ball well.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lethal combination in the NBA.
Actually, it was something that Charles Barkley said, that Russ, I think he said, is not playing with joy right now. They've got to solve that problem. And Russ said something about he thinks he had the hamstring soreness because he's coming off the bench, didn't get his routine right. Interesting. How come in game one, the Lakers are already sending off shots, sending off messages, kind of broadcasting where their trouble spots are?
They're not. They lost. And really, honestly, there was never a point in this game we thought the Lakers were going to win. You know,
not really.
I mean, even though they kind of, made a little bit of a comeback here and there.
Made some noise in the fourth.
Yeah, but you always knew the Warriors were probably going to win this game.
Yeah.
And I think if you're the Lakers and you're a Lakers fan, you're looking at this.
I did not mean to. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Dubstock Live, presented by FitAid. So something I think I'm going to do a little bit this season is check in with the fans. I asked them, how are you feeling after game one? More than 100 people responded. Okay?
Hey!
And I asked our producer, Dan, thank you, Dan, to surprise us with some of these tweets. So we got to look down at this tiny little screen to see what is the first tweet. I need to check my eyesight this evening to
I can
see.
see it.
You
Glasses.
can see?
If it's
Okay.
thumbs up, I can see it.
Dan,
Okay.
what did the first person say?
Here we go.
Oh, one word, repeating. Okay, the Warriors look good. What would it take for them to defend their title?
Well, I mean, I hate to, pour water on this, but you just beat a team that probably won't make the playoffs.
Okay.
I mean, the Lakers are at best a play-in team, I think.
Yeah, okay.
So, and LeBron said after the game, we don't really have shooters.
I
and
think
we
you
watch
need
them play
that
defense, you say they don't really have defense.
in the NBA. Okay.
So, yeah, if you don't have shooters and you don't play good defense, it's hard to be a good team. So the Warriors were going to win this game. They should have won it, and they did win it. I think repeating is very much a possibility, though.
Okay.
Because, I mean, they could be as good or better than they were last year. You saw JaMychal Green come in and hit a couple of threes tonight,
Yes.
kind of like Otto Porter did last year.
His first bucket as a Warrior in the regular season was a three-point shot.
Yes.
That's
So,
great for J. Mike. Yeah.
And the thing about this Warriors team is that they should and will get better as the season goes along because they're still fitting some pieces together.
Yeah.
And Steve Kerr said before the game that, most of the guys aren't ready to play big minutes.
Yeah.
Steph could do it because Steph can play 35 minutes anytime he wants to.
Yeah.
But I think the depth on this team is so good and so solid that they don't have to worry about minutes at this point of the season.
Okay, all right, so we were just talking about J. Mike right there, a pleasant surprise. I think that'll show up as well. Dante, on the other hand, has been a little underwhelming for me. Listen, Dante is somebody I'm extremely excited about. I think he's an excellent passer as well, and as he gets the familiarity with the team, I think we're going to see good things from him as a backup. So I understand where you're coming from, Tweeter, but just give Dante a little bit of time, I would say.
Yeah, well, he
You
had
wanna
8
check his
points.
numbers?
Yeah, he had 8
Yeah.
points, 3 of 6, 1 or 2 from 3. He had 4 turnovers. But I think, again, the team, as a team, the Warriors had 18 turnovers. He had 4, and Steph had 4.
Your ball handlers,
So,
yeah.
and so did
Poole.
Jordan. So,
Yeah.
those are the guys who handle the ball, and those are the guys who are going to get turnovers because they're still trying to figure some things out,
Yeah.
especially Dante.
Yeah, let
I
the
mean, he's playing with
familiarity
guys he just started playing with in the last few weeks.
Yeah. All right. Is there one more tweet? Do we have one more just to wrap up the show? No. Oh, no more tweets. Okay. Hold on. I wrote one down. This is an interesting question from Scott Borden. He says, more minutes this season, Ryan Rollins or Andre?
Ooh.
Now, I think the rookies are going to play a lot of time in the G League,
Yes.
but I don't know how much Andre's going to play. He got 31 regular season games.
Yeah,
last
when you
year.
say regular season minutes,
Yeah.
I still think it might be Andre.
Yeah, Andre. Okay, great question. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
interacting with us. Game 1 in the books. It's Dubstock Live, presented by FitAid. We'll see you again soon. All right, so we are still live on YouTube, just for a second. That's
Yes,
right, mics
of
are still
course.
hot, just for
Yeah,
a second.
yep.
Very good. Hi, guys. Andre likes Dante, too. We've got somebody saying, I like Dante. Yes, guys, I like Dante. He comes in with the kind of confidence. How do you say? He's got swagger, but he's not arrogant, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So he won a championship at Villanova, 2, I think,
2.
but 1, unfortunately, he didn't get to play in. He won a championship with the Bucks. He's coming here to a championship team, and I feel like he's comfortable in all the right ways, even though he's the new kid.
Yeah, and not only did he win 2 championships at Villanova, but the second championship in the Final Four, who was the most outstanding player? Dante.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is not afraid of the moment. And I think he's going to, as this season goes on, I think you'll see him fit in more and more and more. He likes to play this style.
Yeah.
But he also understands that it's going to be an adjustment for him because, he's playing with guys that he hadn't been playing with for very long. He's a new guy to the team. So I think Dante right now is just a useful guy. I think he and Jordan can be a really fun backcourt to watch.
Oh, yes.
You know, I mean, Dante can play decent defense, but I think they both can handle the ball. They both can shoot. I think as a backcourt coming off the bench together, I think they could be as good a second unit backcourt as you can find.
Okay, one thing we learned about Dante, he does not like the nickname the Michael Jordan of Delaware. So just keep that in mind. Big Ragu, he said he was cool with, or you can just call him Dante. So, all right, guys, thank you, everybody, for watching on YouTube. We will see you again Friday.
That's right.
Game 2. Bye. Have a good night.